Hey, Kaisa here with another video. Today I have an amazing countryside scenic road bike ride, only a 30-minute drive away from Atlanta. Today I'm riding with Chris since we're both specialized Athos riders, although I feel like his bike costs so much more than mine. I found out how light his bicycle is after the ride, and I'll give a brief bike info in the middle of the video, so be sure to watch it. And so we hopped in his adventure van and arrived to the countryside.
Oh man, Bills.
The weather was fantastic with so much peace about to happen in the next 80 miles or so. So sit back and enjoy this scenic road ride. Chris is someone who really rides a lot under my standards, at least. He really enjoys being on a bike, and he goes faster on flat and downhill sections, but doesn't mind going slower uphill. Although his bike's like 14 pounds. Anyways, he really truly enjoys the activity of cycling more than many, I think. People are so serious about the fitness and the racing aspect and seem to have forgotten what biking is for. So riding with someone like him really lets me enjoy the ride itself and surrounding nature. Speaking of nature, let me tell you about the origin of this route. When you're on a gravel ride, you naturally feel surrounded by nature and it's incredibly relaxing. He apparently wanted to recreate that same feeling when riding on the road. So even when it rained all week like this week and the gravel roads are all muddy, you can experience a very similar nature vibe. The American countryside is mainly composed of fields, ranches, and interesting houses. Each house has its unique charm even though the basic structure is kind of similar. I recently learned that the state of Georgia is divided in half vertically, with the eastern side focusing on farming crops, while the western side is more for ranching. I've lived here for almost my whole life, but always learning something new.
Cows are so cute. They're like big puppies.
And here, Chris decided to accelerate and ignore a stop sign since there were no cars around when he was there. But as I caught up, I encountered the popo. I wasn't about to speed away like he did, so I unwillingly stopped. You know, just avoid all the troubles as possible. Next, we arrived at the first gas station of the day. Things are quite expensive on the countryside. Outside there were 3 sleepy looking cats, really adorable. One of them kept staring inside the store and didn't even look at us.
I don't know why this one looks so sleepy the whole time.
Now let me briefly introduce Chris's bike. It's a specialized Athos, not the S-Works model since there's only a slight weight difference. He's using the Revol Alpinist wheels, the tires are Pirelli, he has Shimano Di2, and the cranks and chainrings he has Easton. That's a lot lighter than mine thanks to these components, I guess. The pedals are Wahoo Speedplay, making it weigh only 14.5 pounds or something, which is about 4 pounds lighter than my Athos with various stuff on it. Alrighty, let's continue. The next few miles took us through beautiful wooded areas and wide open spaces. It was so stunning, but before I even noticed, we reached another gas station. Did we need another break? Not really, but the next one was about 30 to 40 miles away, so we decided to top up on water, just in case. The countryside can sometimes have long stretches without any stores or anything, so better prepared than not.
Country.
The route that Chris meticulously planned is always rider-friendly and incredibly beautiful. He researches various roads, thinks about refueling spots, and refines the route little by little, resulting in the amazing routes that I ride once it's completely done. I'm really grateful to be able to ride along with him. This road ride offers really beautiful scenery both in terms of the sky, the road, and the route. Chris's gravel rides are also top-notch, so he's incredible. Road rides allow me to easily and casually enjoy the scenery while riding, and it's great because I can use about 90% of my brain to appreciate the views, where the gravel rides you often need to focus a lot more on the road.
Boy, forget. Offer these beautiful views.
The roads in the countryside are exceptionally well maintained compared to the city. This is mainly because there's less traffic and there's less volume of road that requires maintenance. And as I was talking, Chris sped down the hill at an incredible speed. He's kind of fearless when it comes to downhill riding, perhaps because he used to fly planes, maybe. His sense of speed is kind of out of the world. But from this point onwards, we encountered more uphill sections, so I very quickly caught up and passed him.
Wow.
We eventually reached a nice spot for a break. It was scorching hot, so we rested in the shade for about 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it's up and down, but it's like the stock market. It's up and down, but it's trending up.
And after our break and a bit of a calorie intake, we continued riding around the ranches and soon reached another gas station. To be honest, I was feeling a bit tired. I'd been slacking off a little bit, so I bought an ice cream bar, a Snickers bar, and some water for $15. Quite expensive, but you know, it was delicious.
That's a lot of fun data.
And then the exhausted rider had another frightful encounter. A dog that was clearly out to get me. I wish there was a collar or a fence around it, but this kind of thing happens frequently in the American countryside, I feel like. Although it's rare to encounter such a muscular and jacked dog, it was terrifying.
Goodness.
Fortunately, Chris arrived from behind
That thing
unharmed
chased
as
for
well.
so long.
He did. And then he turned around and started chasing me. And I don't know if he got tired right away,
I think the car spooked him.
or the car spooked him, or if it was me saying, "You're okay. You don't need to mess with me. I'm really not that appetizing. I'm old. I'm a little." Yeah, let's take a break here.
Yeah.
There actually was a Doberman after this part as well, so we really quickly rode past it. If I'm attacked by a dog even once during a ride, I'm kind of paranoid for the rest of the journey, so the last 12 miles were a bit nerve-wracking, but it couldn't be helped, you know? However, during that 12 miles, various things happened. First, someone shouted at us, "Get off the road, you cyclist!" Then, we witnessed a poor rabbit injuring its leg. And finally, we found ourselves surrounded by what felt like a Florida-like atmosphere with the trees. Eventually, we made it back to the starting point, and that's how our ride went today. We covered a distance of 80 miles with about 5,000 feet of climbing and an average speed of about 16 miles per hour. Definitely much faster than a usual ride for me, but it's probably because you rarely have to stop during this route. Super duper enjoyable, so many scenic scenes. Thank you for watching. If you found it interesting, please subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and leave a comment. See you in the next video. Bye!